I'm not lying. I've been sitting here thinking I'm live, and I've been talking, and then I realized I never pressed go. But hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. It's the transfer news of today, Bayern Munich news, everything. But I have a special guest. She's going to come on in a few minutes. But Bayern have been linked to a lot of players, and as we get closer to the transfer window, we're wondering, who are we going to sign and who do we want? So this is a fan thing. I'm going to get her take on all the transfers and everything. What is your prediction for tomorrow? We'll talk about tomorrow in a later video, but right now we're talking about transfers. Rissa, thank you so much for accepting the invitation. How are you today? All right. First of all, here's a rule on this channel thing. I do this thing where I might not finish asking a question. I might have one last thing to say. So you're probably going to get interrupted a lot. All right. So let's start off with Dodo. Bayern have been linked with him. Recently, it came out that Can you hear me? Okay. It was mine. So Bayern have been linked with this guy called Dodo from Shakhtar Donetsk, or I don't know. I don't even know much about him. I didn't even know who he was before we were linked to him. But he's a right back, and could that be an option for you?
From what I know, and he is considered one of the top prospects at Shakhtar, but there's also, obviously, he is not so experienced, and right now we don't really quite need an inexperienced player. If anything, we need someone who can come in and help us out right away.
Right. Who for right back? Who would that be? Because we already have Pavard, and he doesn't look like he wants to be displaced.
I think I've read an interview somewhere that Pavard doesn't mind signing a right back. Obviously, he would say that to the public, but I do think Pavard is the type of player that wouldn't mind competition. And if another right back comes, we can also play him in centre back. We could try playing him in centre back, and it is one of his positions. So I think the biggest right back prospect we have is Serginho Dest.
Oh, Dest. Okay, we'll talk about Dest now because I really want to talk about him. You know how I feel about this. I feel like we should get Hakimi. I think you would know that, right? You've seen my tweets. I love Hakimi. He's like the best right back in the world, in my opinion, right? He's someone that Bayern's also looking at. What are your thoughts on him? Because he's only 19. I didn't know this. I thought he was like 22, but he's only 19. And he wouldn't even cost us more than Dodo, for example. He cost 20 million. So what are your thoughts on Serginho Dest?
He's obviously highly rated. Also a U.S. national team player, so there is that biasness for me. I do think if he comes, he is rated highly. He's an attacking right back, so we can press higher with him compared to Pavard. I'm not so sure about his defensive abilities, but he doesn't seem to be bad from what I've read. Some fans tell me, like the fans that actually watch him, tell me that he's not so good defensively. Some do tell me that he's not that bad defensively, but for sure I do know that he's good at pushing up. There's also assumptions that he does make mistakes, but that's kind of given because he's still young. And I would say he's a good long-term solution. What do you think?
Serginho Dest. See, here's my thing. Pavard's not better, or Pavard is better than Dest right now. So if you were to sign Serginho Dest, he's not going to replace Pavard. So my thing is, we could sign him and loan him out to Ajax for a season or two until he becomes like the best right back in the world, and then we could just put him into the team. But for right now, I want Hakimi for right back because that's like the next level. That's like the ultra right back right there. He has everything in him. He would complete that right back position. He's good defensively as well. He has the height. Another thing with Dodo, he's only 5'5". That's a concern for me because I like my right backs tall. I mean defenders. Not that we've had Philip Lam who's like 5'7", but you know it's modern football now. I want some tall people.
I think
is that a
personal
for you?
Not really. I do think in center back though it's preferable that we have tall players for the aerial defenses. So I guess height does matter, but I would prefer the skills more.
Oh, right. I mean, Des is pretty skillful. I didn't know he had that much technicality to his game, but he's actually really technical.
Yeah, he is very technical, and I can see why a lot of us want him. He is. I think we should definitely try for him. We could have bought him back in winter, but I guess Ajax didn't want to sell him.
Yeah, and that's another thing with Ajax. They know that Dest will become like a really good player in a year or two, and they'll probably sell him for a lot more money than now. So I'm guessing that's why Ajax could be kind of reserved to not sell him and let him go right away, because they know that, in a year or two, he'll be like 50 million instead of 20 million now. So that's another thing with Dest.
That's true, but, our board does want to be more conservative, so we would love to get him as soon as possible.
Yeah. This isn't a transfer thing, and I don't even have a graphic made for him, but Chris Richards can play right back. But a lot of people are like, oh, he'll be just another Pavard. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm honestly not too sure about, I think for now, I don't know, because I feel like Richards isn't he more of a center back than a right back? But he can also play right back.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not too sure about him at right back. He's pretty tall though, so
6'2".
So I think that fits your criteria of height.
and pace. Well, Davies is almost 6 foot, and I don't like these short right backs. I'm not gonna lie. I like a little bit of height. Even the Trents and the Robertsons, the fullbacks, they're like 5'10" around that height. You just need a bit more physicality and pace. Andre in the comments, I rate Des highly as he could be the next Davies, or he could be the American version of Alphonso Davies, because the Canadians, it's like Davies is their national pride now.
This is like a North American duo.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh damn, that would be a North American duo. We could probably get Mexican fans if we signed him too, just because he's close.
We're going full like Mr. Worldwide.
Yep. Okay.
We could get a lot of fans.
Yeah, that's true. So sign Abdullah, sign SANE, and loan out Arp or Zergzi. Oh yeah. Just your thoughts on Arp and Zergzi. A lot of people would still say, sign Jimenez or something, the guy from Wolves, as a backup striker. We don't need a backup striker. I keep saying it because we have Zergzi and
Are you talking about?
So,
who are you talking about from Wolves?
This Jimenez guy, Raul Jimenez.
Yeah. I see.
Mexican guy.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying sign him 60 million because Wolves have said they let him go for 60 million. So I'm just asking if that'd be an option for you, because a lot of people think we need a backup striker. I don't personally, because Lewandowski never gets injured.
Yeah. Hello? I can't hear you. Oh wait, I think I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So the backup striker thing, that's what I was asking. Would you sign a backup striker?
No, I think, first of all, obviously, as you said, Lewandowski doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. He's 31, I think? Yeah, I think he can still play at a high level for a few more years. Plus, I feel like what Xerxes has shown so far, he does seem to show good signs that he could possibly stay in the first team and eventually become a successor.
Right.
I have no idea what we're going to do with Arp. I feel like he does deserve some game time, but I guess Flick isn't giving him time. Plus, he did get pushed out of the Champions League squad for Odriozola, which was kind of understandable, but sad for him.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's on a high fee, so I honestly have no idea what we're going to do with Arp. We just have to try him out before we loan him out, though.
Right.
So, we also have Timo.
I just had to ask you this. I know you're going to talk about Timo Werner, but thoughts on Sane at left back and Gnabry at right back? What are your thoughts on that?
Thoughts on Sane and Gnabry?
Yes, thoughts on Sane and Gnabry at fullback.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting off. That's why.
Well, yeah, it's just a comment I was reading. So, what would you think about if we play Leroy Sane at left back and Serge Gnabry at right back?
The wingers as fullbacks, huh? That's. I would prefer that they stay in their natural position.
These comments are killing me.
I guess they want a Davies-like success story with Sane, but no, we need wingers right now more than fullbacks.
Yeah,
I do think our attack needs a bit more.
Yeah, back four. So it's just a joke. There's a back three we could play where some people are saying Davies is a wing back, Pavard, Alaba, and Niklas Gila in the center back positions, and then Dest as a wing back. Is that something that you could think about?
I mean, Flick did. If I'm not wrong, Flick has played three in the back a couple times this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, Kimmich was basically a center back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was Hoffenheim actually. Was it Hoffenheim? Where we played we played like a three at the back. Kimmich was in the CDM position, just controlling the game. I think it was Hoffenheim.
Could be Hoffenheim.
Yeah, so someone's asking if Nico Kovac's in the chat asking for these things. And yeah, he is in the chat. His name is Silo. Sergino Dest. Yeah, Sergino Dest. So another, oh my goodness, how did I not think of this? Adama Traore. We need wingers. Do you think we should keep Perisic? That's a starting question. Should we keep Perisic?
As a backup, yes. I know his price is yeah, do you not think so?
After that game that he had? After the stinkers?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so I get it, like experience, right? But look at our team from Neuer. Neuer's won a World Cup. He's 35, 34 now. You have your Pavard World Cup winner who's 25 or 24. You have from across the board, you have experience all over the place. So you don't necessarily need the experience of Perisic. So he would just be there as the cherry on the he's not even like a good cherry on the cake. He's a bad cherry on the cake. He's a disgusting cherry on the cake. What I think we need is just someone young from the youth academy, for example.
Oh, that's true, but I don't know. I just personally think someone like Perisic, he doesn't seem to complain. He seems to be fine with on the bench.
Yeah.
And I think once in a while he does have good games. That's why I like him. Mm-hmm. But I do agree with you that he is not the highest level if we want to compete, against the big teams. If he performs like he did the last game, we can't have that.
Oh yeah.
But
that's true.
I do think players like him who are, satisfied with on the bench, and also given that we tend to get injured a lot.
Right.
Especially with the Coman and stuff. So
hospital patient.
And unless
how do you sign a hospital patient for wing? Oh my goodness. Sane's been injured too. He might get injury prone. Okay, I get it with the Perisic thing though. I get it.
Yeah. If we do sign another winger, I wouldn't care that much about Perisic, but every time the board says they'll sign a solid winger, we don't really end up signing. We wanted SANE. We didn't really get SANE.
Yeah.
We also wanted, I think, Nicolas Pepe, and I think that's a good thing we didn't sign Nicolas Pepe actually.
Yeah, I mean, he was gonna cost 70 million, and basically this half the price Sane is about to cost us if everything goes according to plan. So Nicolas Pepe was just not a good idea.
I think the one advantage that we have on like this SANE deal dragging out for so long is the price is definitely reducing.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's if that's the thing, I think it's worth waiting then.
Since you brought it up, Leroy Sané, that's probably the number one target for everyone. I know it is for you though.
Yes,
definitely is. He's only 24 actually. I thought he was 25, but he just turned 24. His birthday is actually a day after mine, so that's lit. And is he someone that you think can really take Bayern to that next level?
I think he will definitely give us a boost in attack. Now I'm kind of worried as to whether he'll perform the same after the injury, but before that, we all rated him highly. With Schalke, he was good. Under Pep, he has improved far more in his reading the game abilities. Also, he is a pacey winger. He's good at dribbling. So he is one of the biggest what do you call left winger, and I can't think of anyone else that I want on the wings more than him. It's just if we don't get him, I will be kind of disappointed.
Yeah, if we have to get Sane. You know how we look like a little child that didn't get their toy if we don't get Sane, because we've been wanting this toy for so long. We're crying, and then we don't get Sane. That would look pretty stupid. We have to get Leroy Sane. So and we would look like a small club if we don't. Imagine doing all this stuff with the media, and obviously negotiating. There's every single person and their mom knows that Bayern Munich is signing Leroy Sané. I can call my mom right now and ask her, "Mom, is Bayern signing Leroy Sané?" She'll say yes, because even though she doesn't even know who Leroy Sané is. But that's how far it is, and we have to sign him, Leroy. He has to be.
I do.
Yeah, I agree with you that he might not play at the level. Do you think he'll be injury prone like your Serge Gnabry, who just picks these injuries up for no reason? Do you think he will actually be injury prone?
I think I'll cry if he gets injured, if he comes here and he gets injured, because we've waited for him so long, and I have so much hope for him to improve our team, and if that happens, I don't know what I'll do. And it's not just him. Like, a lot of the players that come to Bayern or are linked to Bayern end up somehow getting injured or end up having problems with their body. And I'm like, what is there a black magic or something?
Yeah. We don't need more hospital patients. We are not Arkham Asylum. We don't need a mental we don't need to be treating people right now. But I think Leroy Sané has this thing about him though. It's like he actually just likes playing the game. I don't think that's why. I don't think it's Pep doesn't really like Sané, his play style, because he's so flamboyant on the pitch. He just likes to do what he wants. He likes to do different things and try different things. He likes to be individualistic sometimes. That's the thing with Sané, and he's very selfless. He gets a lot of assists for a player of his quality. You'd think he'd get more goals, but he actually has more assists at City than goals. So I think he would definitely bring that X factor to us, like Robin had, where if Lewandowski was getting crowded, he just whack one in the top bins, and it would work every single time. So Sané has that in him. That extra,
Yeah. He's if you watch him, prior to the injury, like the games he's played, you would notice that when he's faced in a situation with two defenders, he changes directions really quickly and he passes by them, and that's pretty impressive. I think we should get him.
Where would he play for you? Where would he play? Because a lot of talk of the left wing, but actually Hansi Flick has been using these inside wingers. So Gnabry is almost like a striker playing as a winger, and Sané would definitely be a left winger. He's a left winger at Man City, but that's because of Pep's system. So where would he play for you? Is he going to play on the right hand side, cutting inside with his left foot, or the left hand side with his left foot and going at players. Because where would he play?
The game against Frankfurt, actually, I think it was Gnabry and Davies that were on the one side, and I really liked that. So I would love to see that going forward.
On the
Left.
Sane on the left?
No, I was talking about Gnabry playing on the left against Frankfurt, and I really liked that. I think obviously Gnabry seems to play good at right back also. I mean, not right back, right winger also.
Yeah.
And Sane's a left winger, so I guess he'll play on the left.
Yeah, I think Hansi Flick is doing this thing where it's everyone's switching. Like Lewandowski against Chelsea was pretty much our left winger, and then like Gnabry would go up top, Muller would be on the right, and then Lewa would be in the middle. It was rotational. Muller would be in the striker position, Lewandowski would be in the 10. It was just, that's what I like. Even on corners, Alphonso Davies would become a right back for 2 seconds. So we're doing a lot of rotation in our attack. So I think no one would have a set position, I don't think.
Hello?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I don't know. You're kind of cutting off. I'm sorry. That's why I'm trying to.
I don't know why.
Struggle. But now I think I can.
Okay, so we were basically saying, or I was saying before you didn't hear it, that Hansi Flick has been doing the rotations, etc. So the wingers change positions frequently. Lewandowski's out on the left. He's all over the place. And then sometimes on corners, Davies becomes our right back for 2 seconds. It's just, I think it's going to happen, the rotations.
I think it also helps a lot that our players are very versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think versatility is one of our biggest advantages.
Yeah. And
it especially helps counter the constant injuries that a lot of our players have.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Right. Okay. So Sane will play on the left for you, right?
Yeah, I do think Sane will.
That's where I see it too, because he's a left winger. He's literally produced the most for City at left wing, but he can play on the right, so that's the rotation part. Right.
So that's a good thing for us. Can he also play in midfield, or am I wrong?
Sane plays striker for the German national team, but he doesn't play like a Lewandowski striker. He just runs around and scores, and that he doesn't play like a normal striker. So so he's played in that midfield role though for Germany.
So kind of like Thomas Muller back in the days, or is that not the?
Yeah. I mean, when I say striker, I'm like that pacey strike, like a Werner type striker. He's not gonna back into the center backs and hold the ball up for. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna score headers, but he's just gonna run in behind. That's what I meant when I say striker.
Yeah, I see.
Okay, so Leroy Sané, that's everyone's. You know what? Actually, everyone type 1 in the comments if we're signing Leroy Sané for a fact. I've already said it. I'll delete this channel if we don't sign Leroy Sané. I'll just make another one the next day, but I'll delete this channel if we don't sign Leroy Sané. I'm so convinced we will. Yeah, okay, so there's all the ones in the chat. Okay.
It'll definitely be embarrassing if we don't sign Sane.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We would look like... who would we look like? We would look like Barcelona trying to get Neymar again. And offering... at this rate, Barcelona might even offer Neymar or Messi for Neymar. That's how stupid they are. Nah. Actually, before we finish, or not finish, we're not even close to being done. Coutinho. Right, Phil Coutinho. I made a video saying... We should extend his loan because we don't have Kai Havertz, which we'll talk about Havertz later on. But Phil Coutinho, 27, loan. Do you think we should extend his loan?
Well, I was actually, now that you say it, initially I was thinking that he should just leave after this season's over. Mm-hmm. Because, one, he obviously hasn't been bad per se, but he hasn't been as good as his salary is being paid, and I think he hasn't been achieving the expectations everyone had for him. He just once in a while he'll have a good game or so, but he hasn't been the most consistent. Plus, Muller has been far more effective. But I guess if the plus side would be we have someone extra, especially because our squad is so thin.
Right.
But I really don't see a use, especially because Muller doesn't seem to get injured that often, which is good, thankfully.
Right. Okay, so
But
you won't extend Coutinho.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Too
that makes
expensive.
sense. That makes sense. He is too expensive. George, stop lying. Coutinho doesn't have any positive things about him. Come on, man. You look at his goals and assists. For a loan signing, yeah, you're right. He's getting paid a lot of money, And
Yes.
But you said our squad is thin. We are having a problem with too many players, especially in the defense. We have a surplus of left backs. The right back position is the only position, but even then, Kimmich can't play there. Pavard is playing there. We have Chris Richards who can play there, who hasn't played though. But yeah, we're talking about Coutinho. That's what we're talking about. But
yeah, I think I'm more against Coutinho than I'm for Coutinho.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so you're on the ratio side. It's like 1 for Coutinho, 10 against. That basically makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was wondering this because a lot of Bayern fans, it's like, okay, don't sign Coutinho, let him go so our youngsters can get a chance. But then it's so different with Perisic because Perisic is getting paid less, but they've had similar goal contributions. They've done the same things. So it's like, don't sign Coutinho, right? Because he's getting paid a lot, but he's contributed a little bit to what we've done. But sign Perisic, and there's no correlation with that for me.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I think the reason I'm not so quote unquote disappointed with Perisic like I'm quote unquote disappointed with Coutinho is because, I didn't have much expectations for him when he came from Inter. He wasn't too favored at Inter. He wasn't all that good at the time. So I was like, we didn't sign any good wingers. So we signed him pretty much on emergency. That's why I didn't have much expectation for him.
Right.
That's why I'm not too against Perisic compared to Coutinho, who I would think that a new environment could have done good for him, but it hasn't so much.
Oh, you're right. That's a good point. It's a really good point. So, yeah, he does accept a backup role. And 120 million. You know what? I don't think it's going to be 120 million. There's talk that Barcelona would take 40 million for Ousmane Dembele. And him and Coutinho were bought around the same time. And they were bought around the same price. Coutinho is even less because he's gotten older. And he's much older than Ousmane Dembele in the first place. So if we went to Barcelona and gave them 40 million, I don't see how they say no. Because no one's giving them more. People are going to want to loan Coutinho, not actually buy him. So, I mean, look, 40 million for Coutinho is not bad. And he has so many Instagram followers. Bayern automatically gained like 2 million new followers when Coutinho signed. That's how crazy this guy's presence is.
Yeah, when he was signed, it was like a huge thing on our social media. I remember, yeah.
We're a club, not a charity. Well, I mean, Coutinho brought a little bit more. He sells shirts too. He sells a lot of shirts to the South Americans.
See, Coutinho does bring something. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
He does bring something. So you all are clearly just haters. That's what you are. Someone just said Goretzka out, Milinkovic Savic. How can you say something like that after the performance? Leonardo da Vinci Goretzka was painting performances on the pitch. How could you say that after that performance? Okay, that kind of annoyed me though. So Coutinho, you won't keep him. Sancho, let's just say no, right? Because he's not going to sign. There's no way. But,
I don't see him.
Yeah,
he's a great player though.
Okay. Sancho. Why does he have this haircut now? He looks like he looks like one of. I don't want to say it. That's kind of harsh. I don't want to say that. Yeah.
What?
He looks like a rapist.
Oh my god.
Well,
I mean, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, Yeah, he looks like he got accused and actually did it. So look, Timo Werner. He's just Miley Cyrus's brother. He's twerking all over the internet for every team. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy could just be Kim. He could just join the Kardashian family because all he does is twerk for people for attention. He's done it with Bayern. Now he's doing it with Liverpool. Is he an option for us at Bayern? For you, would you? You know what? There's a lot of people who are like, I don't ever want Werner, but he could be an option.
Yeah, he could be an option. I think there was a conflict with Brazzo and stuff about something, and then his what do you call, agent was like, no, we don't want to go to Bayern anymore, and for us. But if we're looking at his game, I'm pretty neutral about him. If he comes, that's great. Flick did say he wants to play a two-striker system in the future. Flick actually wants Werner, one of his, dream players.
Why does Hansi Flick like the guy? I don't get it. I don't get the love for Werner. I don't understand it.
Could it be from the national team? I'm not too sure, but I guess if he can use him, sure, go ahead. But I'd be against it is because his prime position is striker, and our striker position is kind of full for now. Plus, I don't think he would bring too much in the wings either. I know one of his other positions is right wing, I think.
Left wing. He's played on the right. He's played everywhere. Yeah. I'm trying to look on who scored where he's actually played a few games on the left. But if you look at how Leipzig play, right? So it's like Poulsen or whatever tall guys there. Schick, I think. So it's those two. It's like with Werner. But he always plays off the inside left, kind of how Gnabry plays. So he is almost a winger, but scores goals. He's like attacking midfield left. Like he's like a striker, but he's off the left-hand side. And that's how he scores so many goals. So, I mean, if we were to buy him, we're not playing him striker, obviously. We'd play him on the wings. But, so he wouldn't ever be an option for you.
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't really look at Leipzig's lineups a lot, but whenever I do watch them, it seems like he's always with Poulsen on that two-striker system. That's what Nagelsmann seems to like to play. So, and Flick, like I said, Flick did say he wouldn't consider a two-striker system an impossibility in the future. So that would be an interesting thing. But I think he's likely going to Liverpool based on all his talk. And the Liverpool fans also want him. So there's that.
Liverpool broke. They don't have this money. Okay. Actually, to be fair, with Werner, he did. I mean, Bayern fans are so weird. It confuses the crap out of me. So when Werner wants to come to Bayern, it's like, oh no, don't get him. Like when he's publicly talking, like, oh, I want to play for Bayern. Like he's basically almost said it in public because that's how much he's flirted with Bayern. He's like, I want to move to a big club. Like we know it's Bayern, right? And he wants to win trophies. We know it's Bayern. He's come out, and then eventually Bayern's board came out. Hassan Salamander came out and said, "Nah, we can't. We're not having you." And then when we say that, we basically close off all links. Werner is saying to himself, "Oh wow, I just twerked for this team, and they didn't give me the money. They didn't put a few dollars in there." So then he just goes and he's like, "Nah, I'm done with Bayern." And now he finds a new team to twerk with: Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, etc. And then. Yeah, so, and now Bayern fans are mad that Werner has come out and said he won't be joining Bayern, he'll be moving abroad. How are you mad if at the time he wanted to join us, none of you wanted him? It's very conflicting to me. So Werner has a right to twerk for whoever he wants because he didn't get the money from us when he was working for us.
That's true. That's true. I agree with you.
So
I guess when he's doing well, the fans are like regretting, and then
yeah.
Yeah, he did get a hat trick recently against Mainz. So
yeah, it's Mainz though. I mean, this guy has a tendency to not compete in big games. But let's move on from Timo Werner. No one seems to care about him that much. The next thing is UPAMECANO. You were saying that Hansi Flick wanted Werner. Well, we weren't linked to UPAMECANO before Hansi Flick was linked to the full-time job as a coach. we weren't linked to UPAMECANO. And then all of a sudden, Bayern Munich agreed terms with UPAMECANO. And then the stories with Arsenal dry, all the media is talking about UPAMECANO. Every single source is talking about UPAMECANO. So I think Hansi Flick does actually want a player like UPAMECANO. And for me, it makes sense because we don't have that center back of his build just yet. The Hernandezes don't have the strengths of UPAMECANO, the stepping in and taking the ball and dribbling it halfway across the team, right? Only Alaba is very reminiscent of UPAMECANO. But we want UPAMECANO under Hansi Flick, and I think it's only under Hansi Flick. We didn't want him under Kovac because we could have had him probably last summer if we wanted. But what do you think about him, UPAMECANO?
He honestly, compared to all our current center backs, he would be a game changer. In fact, because of his height, we do not have that tall center backs, like you said. And I do think that he could help us in the, aerial battles, something like Virgil van Dijk does.
Yeah.
And
Virgil.
he's like speedy and he's a quick recoverer. Exactly. Also, he's very powerful. The strikers from the opposition team, strikers aren't usually as physical as center backs. I think that will help us a lot as to, reducing our concession of goals. So that's why I do really like UPAMECANO, and I do think he would be a big transfer for us.
Yeah. So many people are so weird. It's like they don't understand that we're a hospital. We're not a team. We're a hospital. Look at Gnabry. Who would have guessed? Thiago as well. Who would have guessed that they would be injured in the most important part of our season after a break like this? Me, us, because we know they get injured a lot, right? And there's this misconception in people's heads that if UPAMECANO came here, Niklas Süle, who would have predicted he would pick up an injury and be out for almost an entire season? Like, that doesn't... Yeah. So, for me, it's like, it's just...
It's like it feels like we have a lot of center backs, but at the same time, we don't because most of them are injured. That's why I do think UPAMECANO is needed.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think we need him too. Because Konate as well. I'm just going to pull UPAMECANO's picture because they look the same. But Konate as well. He's... But we already have Niklas Süle who are in that same body build.
I couldn't hear you again.
Konate. So Ibrahima Konate. He's like UPAMECANO, but bigger and stronger. So. But I would say Konate is a better center back. So, like, if you were to have to choose between them, who would you pick?
I find them both equal because I feel like they're both really good. But I don't think Konate has been linked to us recently. So.
Right.
I don't think it's possible. I think it's going to be UPAMECANO that's going to end up coming. How tall is Konate? I'm not too. I don't know.
He's 6'4".
6'4", and then UPAMECANO 6'1". Oh, so just 2 inches difference. Yeah, they both are huge for Leipzig, and they make a good center back duo.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, for me though, I'd like to see a center back. I would. Definitely. I'm tired of these injuries. We get a lot of injuries. I feel like getting more on Boateng as well and Javi Martinez. 2 players that I feel like they should have left already. Why aren't they gone? But people are like, oh yeah, we'll just keep Javi. We'll just keep him in the hospital for half the season instead of actually giving younger. Because with Boateng and Javi Martinez, they're senior players getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars per week. They're definitely going to want to play games at the same time. They're not just going to be content sitting on the bench just because they're old. They're going to want to further their careers and win more stuff and be included. They're senior players. So for me, it's like if you keep these 2, it means that you have 2 bench options that are gone for youngsters.
Yeah, that's true. I honestly think Boateng should have been sold like back after the 2017-18 season, but Kovac did want him to stay because for the the depth options.
Right.
and obviously there was a lot of conflicts. Even after that, I guess it worked out for him because recently Boateng has been pretty good.
No, he's
And
been trash. What are you talking about? Are we seeing
I
the
thought,
same Boateng? He's playing like Big Mama. You see that corner? He didn't.
no, I
Come
think
on. You can't say
be,
Boateng's
be,
been playing
the,
well.
the reason I'm saying that is because we don't have Sula. Lucas recently came back, and I guess Boateng has served as an what do you call as a like a replacement option, a temporary replacement option for the two injured center backs.
Yeah, he's done
I
well.
think, yeah, for that, but I think we should sell him as soon as possible for some money.
These comments are really going at me. Why are you telling me I look tired? I'm energetic. What are you talking about? It's Memorial Day. I'm happy. I'm happy. What are you talking? These comments, man. Man, okay. We should get rid of Boateng and Javi Mati. See, look, this sentimentalism is so annoying to me. It's like Iron Robin is my favorite player of all time. He's the reason I support Bayern, right? He's just the guy for me. Like, I have a Swearword jersey coming in like a week or 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah, whenever this guy decides to ship it to me. But the thing is, they should have been gone 2 years before they did, and we would probably have Leroy Sané. Yeah, you're not happy that Rissa is here. I'm incredibly. Oh my goodness, is the ball more comfortable than a chair? I can sleep on my ball if I want. Okay, it's a soccer ball. It's fun. Oh crap! I just said the word. Oh no. All right. But for me, it's like Ribery, both and Robin should have been gone 2 years before they did. Oh, it's pronounced Risa. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Well,
what were you saying all this time then?
Well, I was saying the RY Rissa. That's what I was saying. Is that not it?
I don't mind, but it is Risa.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Risus. Okay, so UPAMECANO for you, yes, definitely. We get injuries. Sell Boateng, sell Javi Martinez, sell Lewandowski, and get Timo Werner as well. She said it. She said sell Lewandowski and get Timo Werner. I hope everyone remembers that. That's what you said.
I did?
Yes, you did say sell. I'm pretty sure you said sell Lewandowski.
I did not say that. If we sell Lewandowski, we are pretty much doomed.
You also said sell Thomas Müller and sign James Rodriguez again.
Thomas Müller is the reason why I support the club.
Okay, I mean, I also heard you pretty much say sell Neuer as well, because he's an old weirdo, and he's still, he's a fossil. Neuer is a fossil, by the way. That's what she said, not what I said. I did not say that. Yeah, and they're saying W. They're saying W in the chat for all the incredible takes you have today. But that's what they're saying.
Do you think, do I really want Hamas? I mean, if it satisfies Hamas fanboys, yeah, sure. Let's go ahead.
Fanboys? This guy has 40 million followers on Instagram, and they're all girls. How can that be a fanboy thing?
Fanboys and girls, both of them.
Okay, so we've talked about SANE. We've talked about every single thing. Perisic. You know what? Get rid of the guy.
Which guy?
Get rid of Perisic. Would you get rid of Perisic? I don't think we've talked about Perisic, but we did say, right, we can get rid of him, but you'd keep him, definitely.
Yeah, the reason I said I would keep him is because, unless we sign another solid winger, I think he would be a good for depth. And last season we should have signed a winger, but at the last moment we ended up loaning Perisic.
Right.
Not the best option. Yeah, he's just there. Okay.
The reason why I just brought that up out of nowhere is because I needed to load the image for Thomas Partey. Who's the next topic?
That's who I was thinking about also, actually.
Okay, good. So Partey. You know what though? Thomas Partey's he looks like he's hungry all the time, but like I mean, look, I don't like his play style. I'm not a fan of him. Are you? Are you?
Yeah, he's highly rated for Atleti, so I also really want him because of a Javi replacement.
Javi Martinez? Okay.
Yeah, I think Javi will leave. Has to be, if the corona didn't happen, I think he would have left this summer.
Man,
Plus, it doesn't.
China. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thanks for letting us keep Javi Martinez for an extra year. We just love that, don't we? But you'd buy Thomas Partey. Okay, we have Adrian Fine, right? I'm pretty sure I've watched the
Yeah,
clips.
Fine.
Yeah, he looks like
Yeah,
he's
Fine.
dominant.
I think I saw somewhere that Hamburg aren't like with him in the starting 11. Hamburg are much better than without him. So that says a lot as to how important he is for the team. I think as someone that's part of our loan system, we can get him back, and then we won't. We could initially integrate him to the squad, and then we won't have to get our Party or however you say it.
Partey. It's one of those names. Yeah. So Thomas Partey. So look, my reservation with Thomas Partey is like, so Diego Simeone, Atletico Madrid play highly defensive. They park the bus. Yeah. They might as well just park the entire stadium in front of their goal because it's done. Right? They do that for 90 minutes straight. So that means every single player in their team is going to be making a lot of tackles and interceptions. So naturally, they should have, even against Liverpool, if it was a Bayern game and Partey was playing with us, right? Like we were playing Liverpool, he wouldn't have 5 tackles and 3 interceptions. He'd probably now have a lot of defensive scenarios. And for me, he stat pats defensively because it's just easier to be a defensive player in Diego Simeone's system. But I don't like these defenders at Atletico Madrid because we don't know how good they are defensively because the entire system is tailored around defending. So that's why I'm so reserved with this Partey guy. I don't like how Atletico Madrid play. I don't like it. So that's why.
Personally, I do. Simeone is actually one of my favorite managers. I really like how defensively disciplined they are.
Wait, you like how defensively what?
I really like how disciplined they are in terms of defense, and I think when it's strictly principled like that, it's satisfying to watch.
It's satisfying to watch them park the whole stadium.
And have you not seen it against Liverpool? It was just what a game it was.
No, they were getting bombarded against Liverpool. George, I don't hate English players. Partey's not English. He's not English. And you're right, I don't rate that many English players because they're all overrated bums anyways. But for me, I'm just saying, like Partey, like all the Atletico players, they got pampered against Liverpool.
I do think Partey is what do you call it? He's very he's pretty tall. He's good in the air, and he's really good at covering spaces too. That's why I really like him. By the way, you said you're not too huge a fan of Atleti players. What are your thoughts on? Just wondering.
Thoughts on who?
Lucas Hernandez.
Oh, Lucas. Oh no, Lucas is a baller because he played for the French national. For me, like I don't like the fact that he has a billion injuries, but I know he's a baller. Like I've seen the clips. This guy has the recovery pace. He has this ability to make stupid tackles look good. For me, he's a baller, but I need him to stay fit. If he doesn't want to stay fit, I don't want more hospital pay. I don't want to post on their Instagram pictures after they pick up an injury. Get well soon. I'm tired of doing that with Coman. I'm tired of it. I want new things. Get better. Get new. Like I'm so worried every time they fall down. Him, Coman, and anyone falls down in our team now, I want to cry because Alphonso Davies fell down against Frankfurt like twice, and I wanted to lose my mind because we get so many injuries. I'm tired of them. I don't want more injuries. So that's the thing with Lucas Hernandez. If he doesn't want to stay fit, and if he keeps picking up these injuries, I don't see why. Okay, these people must just not like you, Beats. They just don't like you.
No.
Okay, but you're cutting out. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you.
Can you?
Hold on. All right. Okay. I guess I'll take out the bigger headphones, because maybe it's those that. God dang it! Absolutely brilliant. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me? I feel like I get cut off more.
She's talking on these ones now. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, these are cutting out. All right, I'll just switch it. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that was the thing with PARTEY. Hey, can we not censor my people? Beats has been on this channel for a long time. Okay, he likes to banter people. All right, relax.
Oh.
All right. Oh God, what's going on? Oh, I get it. Okay, that should work now. I can hear you now. Oh, I can hear you better on these headphones, but they're too big for me. I don't like putting stuff on my head that big. But what were we talking about before this? Okay, Lucas. For me, it's just I don't really like. That's why so many teams don't really fully like. They're just not. And the thing is, they're coached very well. I really like Diego Simeone, but I feel like the defensive thing has to stop. He knows he can probably get these players playing actual attacking and beautiful plays, switching. He could do that because he can make them defend and have all this passion. He can definitely make them attack. And yeah, I don't like how they defend. I don't like it. I want them to press. Because they're the most fit team. They barely get any injuries, and when they do, they have this incredible, ability to get players through, and they have the depth. They have everything, and they have this fitness team that, their players are fit for 90 minutes straight. Why can't they just press and attack for 90 minutes instead of defending? Okay.
Conserve energy because they're so defensive and they're waiting for that one wrong and then they make their attack.
Yeah, why would he change the winning system? Well, that's the thing. It's slowly deteriorating though. When was the last time Atletico Madrid? They are sixth in La Liga or something like that. They're not climbing up the tables anymore. They haven't won much in the last 3 years. I don't know. They need something different. They sold half their team, so they can, with João Felix in there, they can definitely get an attacking structure going where it's still strong defensively.
Well, I see where you're coming from.
I have a feeling Hansi Flick wants to play a back three system. I don't know why he would want UPAMECANO otherwise. I don't think he wants to play it, but I think he will want to include it though. That would be an option for him. But let's go on to the next player. So I think, who is it? So we've talked about Dodo. Sancho is a hell no, because why would we want a rapist at our club? That's just not a good sign. The Bayern ultras would go mad, insanely crazy. All right, Nelson Semedo, another option at right back. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
From Barcelona, right?
Right, Nelson Semedo. I don't like the guy. I don't know why. He just weirds me out. His playing style is just odd. But he's 26. He has a lot of experience. He's won a Nations League. That's the only experience he has. But Barcelona want to let him go. Actually, to be fair, I think we can definitely bully Barcelona financially right now because they're trying to do swap deals. We can go to them and pay 20 million for De Jong probably. And they'd be stupid enough to do it though, because they're that bad. But Semedo, would you want him for right back?
I honestly haven't seen him play much. I don't watch Barcelona that much. I have heard good things about him.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do have him on their transfer list. he seems to be good with what do you call? What is it? I forgot the name. Like defending against opposition player. What do you call 1v1? 1v1.
Oh, 1v1 defending. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is good at those, but he gets a lot of yellow cards.
Oh, that's true. Is that so? I don't watch him, like I said, so I guess that signifies the defensive discipline problem.
Yeah, he does have a problem. Like, he'll make a tackle and it's clean, but he gets this unlucky thing where it's maybe the follow-through. But he is actually very good defensively. And a lot of Barcelona fans were pissed off at Ernesto Valverde for not playing him against Liverpool, where they got packed, got smashed up 4-0. And that they got mad at Ernesto Valverde for not playing. And it was logical because he was like one of their best players between the two legs, keeping Sadio Mane in check. So he is defensive.
He's also pretty quick, right?
Oh yeah, he's fast as hell.
We do as a team that likes to press. If we're talking about Bayern, I do think quick players are definitely useful.
Yeah, fast players, right? Speaking of a fast player, hold on, let me say it how British people say it. HAVERTZ. HAVERTZ. How would you say it actually?
I would say Kai Havertz.
Okay, you're saying it like you've probably... Oh yeah, you're on Twitter, so the Bayern people say it how they say it, but a lot... I said it, Havertz, and then so obviously over time you get corrected, but 120 million, if we were to sign him this January window, I mean, he looks like he's an option next season, next window, but Kai Havertz, where did you stand on the guy?
I highly rate him. He is pretty experienced in the league. He has been playing for quite a while now. Mm-hmm. And, the price tag isn't, not justified. Mm-hmm. But the price is a bit too high for a young player, and it is a risky investment we will make that could either go pretty well or it could flop.
Right.
We don't know where it will be until he actually comes. But, yeah, I don't think Leverkusen is going to sell to us for a low price. We're going to have to either pay the high price now or wait for the price to lower. But by then, a lot of clubs are definitely behind him. So I think he can play a lot. He's pretty versatile. I think he can play mid. Recently, for the past 3-4 games, again, for Leverkusen, he's been playing as a striker, and he has been heavily contributing to goals. And I think he could be a good look, possibly a new prospect for a Lewandowski replacement. Now that we've seen him as striker,
he's a false nine.
Oh my bad.
Yeah,
I did not.
Not like an all-out striker. Like he's dropping into the mid. He's basically playing cam, but with the. I don't know. It's just he's just in that false nine position, but I don't want him this season because Thomas Muller's bench James Rodriguez, Phil Coutinho. He'll do the same to Havertz. There's no difference. Havertz is good. Yeah. So was Coutinho. So was James. We don't want to ruin the kid's confidence knowing that 31-year-old Thomas Muller is smashing goals in and keeping him on the bench. And Muller will do that. He'll come off the bench and smash in 3 goals or put in 2 assists. And he'll do that and get back in the team, and Havertz will be on the bench.
I think where he's right now, he's been pretty good. Could spend a couple more seasons before he could leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the reason I know a lot of people have been against him.
Yeah. This chat is amazing. A lot of people have been against him. Yeah.
What do you call Oh, they're against you? Why?
Well, not against him, but this season, obviously. Actually, a lot of people do criticize him. I mean, even Michael Ballack has come out and said he doesn't have the physical attributes to match for his technique, and that's the problem. So I'm saying what's his name? Lothar Matthäus, I think it was him who said it. He should stay at Leverkusen for a year or two to keep that's they've said it. So. A lot of people have criticized him for his physical attributes.
Especially this season, I think a lot of people have said that his goal output in the beginning the season wasn't as high as it was. I think part of it probably has to do with Brand's departure.
Right.
After he left, there was a little bit of, a lower output. But right now, he is in a pretty good form and attracts a lot of fans that are watching, especially the Premier League fans that are watching Bundesliga now. They're like, we should get this guy for.
Right. They're negotiating his price when a month ago they said he was overrated.
Overrated? I think.
They have said his.
Wow.
I don't think he's overrated. No, I'm saying the Premier League fans who thought he was overrated are now negotiating his price.
Maybe he's, a lot of people rate him. That's why. But I don't think he's overrated. I think he's a good player, and if he keeps it up, as a youngster, there is that, fear that he might not turn out. He is right now rated. Götze was rated highly at the time. Now where he is, so there is that fear. But I think it's a pretty good investment for any club that will get him sooner or later.
Why are you saying any club? Like we're not the ones that are gonna get him. Like you're saying it like you'd be okay if he went to Barcelona. I don't like that. Like if he went to Juventus, you'd wish him good luck. If he goes to Juventus over us, I'm gonna hope he fails. I'm gonna hope he just flops. Absolutely. I'm gonna hope he just. If a player chooses any other club over Bayern and we were linked to him and we wanted him, and they just go anywhere else, I hope they fail in their career. I hope they get to a Champions League final and get injured in the final. That's how much I don't care. Like, these players... you're saying it like it's a cool thing that players can just leave us and go somewhere else with their... that's... yeah.
I hope he comes to us, though. Because I really do think he's a player that would work for us in the long term. Given that Muller probably doesn't stop with his unbelievable form.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So Muller's gonna keep playing, but so for you it's gonna be next year. For me it's next year as well. So
sooner or later we should. I would love for him to have it. If he goes somewhere else, I'd be kind of.
No, if he goes somewhere else, he can fail. I hope he flops. I hope he gets on one of those stories about where did these youngsters go? Where did it all go wrong for them? Well, he didn't go to Bayern Munich. That's what went wrong. Unless we get a youngster and then they kind of flop and then they go somewhere else like Renato Sanchez and are doing well. I'm happy for them. But if it's a case where they didn't come to it, like James Rodriguez, people forget this. James could have probably stayed if he wanted to, but he was like, I want to go to Real Madrid. I want to go to Real Madrid. Well, he was saying it in Spanish, so he was saying Poquito Real Madrid. I don't have so much Spanish, but I'm guessing that's what he was saying, right? Little Real Madrid, and then he went to Real Madrid. I hope he's failing. He's failing right now, and I'm laughing because he stayed there.
I actually really wanted him after the 2017-2018 season. He had such a good season. I was like, maybe he could stay for us. Well, but then
we got the Croatian handkerchief master, and he doesn't know how to use players. So we've messed ourselves up over and over again, and we have to. You know what? People love missing out on young talent, though, especially Bayern. They love missing out on players that we know we should be getting. So. Hopefully we get them.
Like we got Newbo for the free transfer. I think that's how we're trying to get all the German talents as soon as possible.
Right. That's what do you mean hoard? Like you're saying it like there's some clothes and we're just getting them. Like you're saying it like they don't have an option to go anywhere else. We're not hoarding talent. We're getting them because we can. And we're
saving, and we're gonna see who's gonna end up playing.
Wow, these comments, man. Who's Charlie Masondo, and why are you saying I look like him? Just because he's black doesn't mean I have to look like. You can look at any black guy and go, wow, that's how George looks like. You can say that about any freaking black guy. Jesus Christ. Okay, we've talked about Havertz. Who's the next one here? So this guy named Ferran Torres. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
you
he was
you told me
one of the.
yeah on the things. So yeah, he's a bowler.
I like him. I think if we don't get well, actually he's a right winger, and I think we have Nabry there. So.
He's a right winger.
Well, mainly, yeah, isn't he?
I haven't watched him. I didn't even know who he was before Marco told me Ferran Torres, and I'm like, who's that? And then he said he's a winger, and he didn't say right winger. He just said he's a winger, and I'm like, does he have tech? He was like, yes, and I watch clips, and that's how I know who Ferran Torres is, but I don't know what position he plays.
Probably how Brazil also knows who Ferran Torres is.
Yeah, that's his job. I mean, this guy. I mean. We won't talk about him today. He's so incompetent.
Hello?
What?
Yeah, you're like cutting off slightly. That's why.
I do cut off. I don't know why. You cut off at times as well.
Yeah, I guess internet has been that good.
I don't know if it's Discord, but it may be Jim Leal doing it. The bot Jim Leal. But Ferran Torres, He's a good player. You know what? There's a lot of... He might even go to Chelsea, I'm hearing. But I don't think we should get him.
I think I read a while back that we were one of the only clubs with a concrete interest with him.
And then Christian Falk, the party buzz killer, came out and said, no, not true. Why does he have to come out? Just let me live the dream that we're finally signing a player that we want. She's just going to come out and say, no, not true. But not new. This guy is so stupid. Oh my God. I would love to just talk to Christian Falk and let him get a piece of my mind. Because, we'll get a good transfer story going. And this guy will just come out and say it's not true. What's your problem? Let us have this moment. Oh, God.
He probably doesn't even know what's actually going behind it with the way he talks these days.
Yep. I mean, he just says not true. He never said true to things. Just not true. Freaking old bum. But, why would you get Dodo? These comments are amazing to me. But I'm going to do the quick fire questions. We're coming towards the end of the show. With the quick fire questions. So, who's your favorite? I mean, I'm guessing it's probably Thomas Muller, right? Your favorite Bayern player in the last 10 years?
In the last 10 years, it's going to be Thomas Muller. And as per my profile picture, Mark van Bommel.
Is that your all-time one?
Yeah, those two are the reason why I ended up, watching football and eventually supporting Bayern.
Oh, that's crazy. Didn't know that. Wait. So basically, I mean, so you support a horse? Thomas Muller. Why does this guy have a horse first touch? Can anyone explain that to me? No, I just realized that Muller's first touch annoys the crap out of me. But yeah, he does have this terrible first touch, but it always works for him in his favor. Yeah, it always works.
He's an intelligent player, and he's just such a weird player, but he's so intriguing to watch. Because you would think that it wouldn't work out, but then the next moment, there's a celebration, and he's just scored. What the heck? Wow.
Exactly. That's my thing with Muller as well. We'll get a throw in, and this guy's at the opposition goal running for no reason, and then he's included in the goal somehow because he made that run.
Have you noticed recently how quite technical he's been?
Oh, the little chops. R9.
yeah, he's been doing these flicks and tricks, and I'm like, whoa.
Well, I said it. I said it. I did say it though. Mourinho, 100% Brazilian, 100% German at the same time, and 10% technical. He has it all. Yeah. Yeah, 10% horse as well. Muller he's amazing.
I think because of his brain, he will definitely be with us for quite a while.
Yeah, there's definitely a group of people that I would say want him gone. I don't get it though. How can you? How these people literally say Lewandowski's trash? How can you say that? How are you getting caught saying something like that? That's an atrocity. But
Muller, a lot of people wanted him out a while back, but now not so much talks of that anymore because he has shown them.
Yep. Favorite player of all time. It doesn't.
Favorite player.
Yeah, it could be Messi. For me, mine is Robin. and then there's Messi, and then Ronaldinho, and then So who's your favorite player of all time?
It'd probably be my favorite player, Thomas Müller and Mark van Bommel. I mean, watching those two are like amazing. They're not the normal regular players. They just have something to them that like attracts me to their gameplay, and the way they play is just so entertaining to watch for me.
So so Müller. You know what though? Like, I've been thinking about this. Like, so many of these players now are gonna be legends, but we don't really ever consider it. Like, Muller's already a legend of this game. He'll be known for being the number 10 or center forward or second striker, shadow striker, that basically defined the whole era where players are all, Havertz is so similar to Muller, where he reads the game so well, uses his brain well, and then moves just so easily and effortlessly. Muller does it. He glides across the pitch. He doesn't have any pace, but you can actually see he has this engine about him. It's just amazing to watch. But he's gonna define an era of the next decade.
He's already a legend, like you said.
Right.
I really hope he has definitely proven a lot of people wrong and finished. He is far from it.
Right.
And it's only good for us because the better our players are. Even Goretzka, if he's playing good, we should be, we should be happy for him.
Yeah, Goretzka's world class. So best player of all time. I mean, you said it. I didn't say it. Goretzka's like one of the best sentiments in the world. Best player of all time. I mean,
best player of all time.
Yeah.
In Bayern or just football in general?
Just in general. It doesn't have to be a Bayern player. You can say Franz Beckenbauer because he's like a legend of the game like that. But
Beckenbauer is definitely the GOAT players of all time. But I would, unfortunately, I did not get to watch him. But
you would have to be like 100 years old to have watched Beckenbauer. Yeah. All right. So who is it?
I was gonna say Mateus is one of, I would say, is the best.
Nah, it's Messi. Like, you can't. How can you say Lothar Matthäus? I'm just saying, like, in terms of like actual everything, like they're all around everything.
Like everything.
Like
then,
they're best player of all time.
Oh, okay. Then probably would be Messi.
Okay, good. Because there's no Ronaldo in here. No one should be saying Ronaldo. If you say Ronaldo, I will remove the message. Because how can you say Cristiano Ronaldo, freaking tap-in merchant, is the best player of all time? Okay.
I think Cristiano Ronaldo is he's up there.
No.
But not.
Come on, Ronaldinho is better than Ronaldo. Oh, come on. Ronaldo is better than Ronaldo. R9 was fat winning World Cups. Like, that's how crazy. This guy was eating McDonald's and Wendy's winning World Cups. So, and Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
R9 is just unbelievable. Gnabry kind of looks like R9 now.
No. You can't say that because you can't just say he looks like R9.
Wait.
Yeah, you can't say
that. Is that a bit of...
no, that's too much. You're rating him too much.
I'm sorry.
Like, that's God tier at this point. Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, you can't just say that. All right. Best Bayern game.
Best Bayern game of all time that I've seen.
Yeah, that you've seen.
It would be the one against Barcelona, probably.
You've seen that one?
Yeah.
Oh, like live?
Yeah.
In the stadium?
Not in the stadium.
Okay, good.
On TV.
Yeah.
On TV.
Which one? The 3-0 one at the Camp Nou or the 4-0?
Both of them were good. Are you talking about, like, between those two, which one was a good game?
Oh, like just the game that you were like, oh, this is brilliant. Was it, who said? Someone said Juventus.
Oh, that comeback, the remontada against Juventus was another good one.
Right.
But the one against Barcelona, I thought at the time, maybe because I was young, but it just has good memories for me. Mm-hmm. I was just, like, oh my God, we're going to the final again after a year. Yes.
Right.
So that's
Barcelona then.
Yes.
Oh, that's a pretty good game. I would say my best Bayern game that I've watched was oh my God, this club only gives me stress because I haven't really I haven't really started watching. I've only been watching regularly for like 3 years now, like every day. Like before Robin in 2014. I was a World Cup consumer, one of those people that only watched the World Cup, because I wasn't even that old. I was still young, so I only watched the World Cup. So, like, I haven't seen like a real, emotion thrilling Bayern game live yet.
Oh, really? Oof.
Oh, that's sad. That's really sad.
Unfortunate.
Like, I can't even say, oh, this game versus Dortmund, because I didn't watch it. I didn't even know the Champions League final was going on.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness!
Flick better make it happen for you then.
Yeah, I have to see a champ. Wait, you actually saw Bayern win the Champions League?
Yeah, 2013.
Oh, that's sick. You saw us go to the final in our own stadium and lost.
Yeah, that was actually.
Yeah.
That was the first Champions League final of Bayern that I saw, was the 2012 one.
We had one in 2010, but I haven't really watched a Bayern game that I
2010?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one either, but I watched replays of it. Mourinho, darn. What a manager.
Mourinho is a freaking bum. What do you mean, what a manager?
Yeah.
Freaking coward.
Yeah.
No. Are you kidding me? What do you mean Mourinho is
his Inter team was unbelievable.
It was not unbelievable. We could have beat them, but the thing is, we didn't take the chances like always with Bayern. And I watched the game back. We didn't take the chances, and they just park the bus, sit deep, and hit on the brake. That's all Mourinho does, and it worked. And now it's not working, and he's showing himself to be a real bum. He's a bum.
Unfortunate. I feel like we could have had, or if it, I feel like unlucky and these last minute goals.
Yeah, Bayern do love getting 1999 little stupid clearance. That's the reason we lost that.
I guess the only plus side to that is that Manchester United have him as a manager. It pays off.
I can't. If we saw United in the Champions League final with their manager, I see us winning. I think my best Bayern game ever was the 2018 2-2 draw to Real Madrid.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that yup.
It was amazing. UPAMECANO coming back. They beat us 2-1 at the Allianz, and then obviously won on aggregate. But that was an amazing game. Yeah,
I can see.
The 2 offside goals Real Madrid have, I just loved it.
I guess you have seen a good Bayern.
Yeah, fantastic, yeah.
But Flick has to show you one final then.
Yeah, if Hansi Flick isn't showing me one final, he's out. I'm gonna make the videos. Hansi Flick out. I think I pushed Niko Kovac out of the club. Everyone can thank me. It's all right. You don't have to thank me as much, but thank me because I pushed Niko Kovac out of the club. The amount of videos that were Kovac out now, Kovac out of this club. It was like 2 videos, but they worked.
Did you hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Did you like the signing of Kovac when he was first introduced, or were you against it?
Oh, I didn't want Niko Kovac. No, I did, but not like that. I always felt like, but this guy doesn't have the attractive name. He's not going to bring in the players that we need to get to that next level. He's going to want to bring Rebic in, and he did want to bring Rebic in. He's going to want to bring these lower tier players in. He's not going to attract the players, and that was exactly the case. So him getting sacked was just confirming my my doubts anyways. So it wasn't really that big of a deal.
I see.
Okay, so I gotta do the last question. So worst Bayern game? Mine was Eintracht Frankfurt.
Mine, I guess the worst in terms of feelings would.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a hard one. Probably the 2014 Barcelona Youth Champions League game. That was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, with the bald guy. Yeah, that was like me and Pep don't have I don't like Pep. I think he's a bum. But yeah, that was probably bad for you. I didn't watch it. I didn't care. I didn't even know who was playing. That's the World Cup where I was like, yeah, Ian Robin's my guy now. Because in my school, everyone asked me, George, okay, everyone had their favorite player, right? I had my friends who had their Messis, right? I had these guys, right? One of my friends is a Real Madrid fan, and it's just like Real Madrid all the way. And then it was always, George, who do you support? And then I didn't support anyone. I didn't care that much. I just wanted to play. And then I finally decided Ian Robben's the guy.
Oh, that's a good decision. Robben, just despite his injuries, he has established himself as a legend.
Yeah, he's the legend of the game. Like, no one can cut inside and score the exact same goal. he was just pressing the repeat button every game. He was pressing that repeat button really bad.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, why is Bayern interested only winning one Champions League every decade?
We didn't win a Champions League prior to 2001 for quite a few decades.
And then, we
went to finals. But
exactly. But we're so interested in only winning one. It's like we don't like dominating. We get to the finals, we just don't like winning them.
Ironic, because we're pretty much dominating the league.
Yeah. You know what though? This league, like, for me, like, one thing of Pep that I know everyone thinks in their back of their mind is, if Pep didn't weaken Dortmund by coming in and automatically getting Götze, their best player at the time, if he didn't do that, we would have had a more competitive league, as well as, because Dortmund would compete competitive, we would have done better in the Champions League. So when you have a competitive league and you're having to play well at a certain level every single game, you have that. And Pep decided to ruin that for himself and ruin it for Bayern, which is why every Champions League semi-final, we almost looked like we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what level to be at. We didn't know how to be motivated. And Liverpool had a competitive Premier League, and it's ironically enough, they won the Champions League. And now this season, they haven't had a competitive Premier League, and now they've lost the Champions League. It just works like that. And Atletico Madrid have a competitive La Liga.
The favorites in our tide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, they had a competitive La Liga. They have a competitive La Liga this year. They've always had a competitive La Liga, but everyone still wants to call the La Liga as the Bundesliga as a farmers league, because that's the only justification for the Premier League being okay, and it's trash, the Premier League. But that's what I'm saying.
I think we're getting that advantage also with Leipzig in the the competition, and Dortmund. I'll still consider Dortmund and maybe Gladbach also, and Leverkusen. They're all working their best this season.
Gladbach, no, they're one of the most pressing teams in Europe. They have the numbers there. The way they press, see how they pressed us down? It was amazing to watch. Their midfield dominated us, and we lost 2-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We have some good Bundesliga teams.
Yeah, that's why when it's competitive, you'll do well in the Champions League. And my worst Bayern game, you said it was Barcelona, the embarrassing way we went out. For me, it was Eintracht Frankfurt this season, actually. The 5-1? Yeah, because, God. I remember every single moment in that game, right? But here's what pisses me off. A day or two before that game, Niko Kovac in a press conference said Eintracht Frankfurt had the best fans in the league, which is direct attack to Bayern fans. He's basically saying Bayern fans are dead. And then, ironically, the same team that he's saying have great fans gave us Niko Kovac the year before. And then, that same year that they gave him to us, they won the DFB Pokal. And that was the only reason they gave him to us. And then, in order to really put the cherry on top of the cake, they sacked him for us. How annoying is that? They sacked the manager they gave us.
I guess there's a silver lining, Blake, as permanent, but that game was pretty embarrassing. That whole week afterwards was also just a little humiliating until the next game. Yeah,
exactly. For me, it's just, there's just so much hate for me in my heart. I hope they get relegated. Like, I hope bad things for Eintracht. I hope their stadium, I saw this clip, their fans were jumping in their stadium. I hope their stadium breaks down, obviously with no fans in it, but I honestly hope their stadium breaks down. Like, yeah, it's just, they're so annoying to me. All right, but I think we're coming towards the end of the stream. Thank you so much for actually coming on, Risa. See, I said it right that time. Thank you for coming on. Looks like everyone enjoyed it.
I hope so.
All right.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, we'll do this more often, won't we? Because I thought you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel like I was a little nervous, but eventually, as we talked more, the nervousness did decrease a little.
Well,
Thank you again.
I wasn't nervous because, I know how toxic the chat is anyways. Seen it all oh my goodness. All right,
I wonder what the comments are. I would.
Oh, you don't want to. It's just George is sleepy. George is this. George is that. It's just it's a battle all over the place. It is. Why do you all do this? By the way, you should keep us engaged. Well, what do you mean keep you engaged? Like, I'm not marrying you. Like, what do you mean? Oh, talk or questions. Well, look, the whole point of this was a transfer thing, right? So next time to the chat, we'll talk and ask and answer your questions. We'll answer your questions. The live chat is boring. Okay. Before you leave, who is the top 3 worst Bayern Twitter accounts? I don't know. Marco Donia. Bihazy.
No.
What do you mean? Marco's trash. I hate Marco. I can't stand him. Yeah. Tell Marco I hate him. I don't know. Someone's going to be like, oh my God, he hates Marco? Marco is doing studies. That's why he's... Marco will be coming on... Actually, when is this guy... Oh, he should be coming on... Oh, never mind. He'll be coming on soon, though. But we'll see Marco. We'll see Don BB. We'll see him again. We'll see all of them. But, yeah, thank you, everyone, so much for the support on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's get to 480 billion subscribers. That would be amazing. If there's 4 billion people, or 7 billion people on the earth, 2 billion have to be Bayern fans. And I want 3 billion subscribers on the channel. That's just my logic. So, keep it up. Okay. Why did you... I didn't ban you from the chat. These moderators just do this stuff. I don't ban people. They just love doing it. The 500 subscriber giveaway is still there. Oh yeah. I forgot. We were gonna talk about this. Thanks for reminding me, Andy. The game tomorrow. Thiago. Yeah. Cool. And Gnabry. They're out. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Thiago and for the game tomorrow, they're out.
Oh yeah, I heard. Unfortunate.
And Boateng's fit, yeah. Woohoo.
Yeah. Are we still on stream or?
We are. Yeah. We just need to talk about it. So, what do you think? What's your prediction for Dortmund?
I feel like I feel like every time we've thrashed Dortmund in the recent years, feels like the previous game, there's always some concerns. But I feel like we're always showing up for you. So I would hope that we do well against them. I have trust in Flick. Hope we can, celebrate, make fun of some Dortmund fans. No, not seriously, personally, but, we would... It's always a fun thing.
All right, so I guess the Gnabry's not out. My bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Gnabry's pretty fit. I think he might start. There's a chance.
All right. All right, cool. So hopefully we win that. I don't do predictions because I feel like every time I do them, we lose. And it's true. It's true. I don't want to do that. We've already talked about PERISIC. We don't want him. She said he sucks. He's trash. Her expectations of him were very high, and he's disappointed her. So that's what she said, and she won't say anything else about PERISIC other than he's trash. He can go and just have fun with his Croatian handkerchief master. Him and Nico Kovac just go on a permanent vacation to Croatia and go there and play for their clubs because we don't want him here. That's what she said. Yeah, that's basically what she said along those lines. But thank you everyone so much for watching.
Yeah.
An hour and 30 minutes. I felt like 3 seconds. No, it didn't. It felt like an hour and 30 minutes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right. I ended the stream.